Mr. Chair, for the Minister of Finance, it's been reported that the government needs to issue or borrow over $600 billion of debt this year. Is that true?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, the member seems to read from the Fiscal Monitor, so Mr. Speaker, I would advise him to refer to publication that is done by the Government of Canada. There's a lot of good information for him in that.
Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, is the Finance Minister aware that despite the Bank of Canada not lowering interest rates, that both the 10-year yield and the 5-year bond rate for Canada has increased?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I know it's getting late, but I'll provide good news because I like this member in particular. He's a very smart member, but he will know what really matters to Canadians is that Canada has a AAA credit rating, the only country with Germany in the G7, and I can see his face, he's smiling because that's something that he should be.
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, one of the gentlemen at Fitch recently said that the lack of a budget raises questions about transparency and contributes to Canada's greater economic uncertainty. Does the minister agree with that statement?
Mr. Speaker, what I agree is that Canada is the only one of the two countries in the G7 which has a AAA credit rating with Germany. And I can tell, I'm looking at a former finance minister in Quebec. He knows how important to have that kind of credit rating and having the lowest.
Simcoe North.
It's a great place to be, Mr. Speaker.
So, Mr. Chair, is the Finance Minister saying that Canada's AAA credit rating is safe?
Mr. Speaker, I will give another number to my colleague because I know he likes the number. If you look at the FES 2024 projection, our deficit to GDP is 1.6%, Mr. Speaker. Look at the other G7 countries, Mr. Speaker. You'll see that we're in a very good position.
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Is the government's AAA credit rating safe?
The Honourable Minister.
Speaker, he should be proud, and I can see that. He's proud that Canada is one of the two countries in the G7 with AAA credit rating. It's a great place to be. He should have come with us at the G7 Finance Ministry. Would have.
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, the Bank of Canada has warned that 40% of the amount of government debt issuance is purchased by non-bank financial actors, including hedge funds. If we are issuing record amounts of debt, does he agree that this represents a risk to Canada's financial stability, our credit rating, and the rate at which Canadians have to borrow to pay for their mortgages?
Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague would be happy to learn that the public debt charge as percentage of nominal GDP has been pretty consistent around the range of 1.5% over the last decade, and in 2023-2024 was 1.6%. That's a very good place to be, Mr. Speaker. That's why we believe in Canada strong.
The Honourable Minister, the Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, does the minister believe how much money the Government of Canada borrows impacts the borrowing rate that Canadians pay for their mortgages?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, the member knows me well. He's been knowing me for a bit. He knows that I believe in fiscal discipline, and he knows as well that we're going to present a very ambitious budget, a budget he's going to be proud to present to his constituents.
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, does the minister believe that it is reckless to issue record amounts of debt when the Bank of Canada is warning that the market may not be able to absorb that amount of debt, or if there's fiscal uncertainty in the world, that our interest rates will increase and we have record amounts of Canadians renewing their mortgages? Do they need to pay more? Yes or no?
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, for people watching at home, what comes to mind is the question they have in their mind is, does the member believe that it's important for Canada to meet its NATO commitment of 2% of investment in defense? That's really the question that people at home are asking themselves, is that does the member believe it's important to meet our NATO commitment of 2%?
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Chair, it's getting late, so we'll circle back one last time. Does the minister believe Canada's AAA credit rating is safe?
Minister.
Speaker, I know it's getting late, and I will say to my colleague, I do believe that it's great for Canada to have a AAA credit rating, and I can tell you my colleagues at the G7 are very envious of the position of Canada because they know that we're the true north, strong and free.